Now on YouTube, it's time for some alternative commentary action with the Commentary Hub.
There's headed by Marina, and it's 2-1 to Arsenal.
Look at that pass! Goal for Manchester City!
Takes this corner, whips it in, it's headed and it's a goal, and it's that man, Gabriel.
Liverpool have equalised. Lovely improvisational touch from Curtis Jones.
Oh, what a goal! Wow, take it out! Hello and welcome to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the FA Cup 5th round clash between Wrexham and Chelsea. Kick-off is very much fast approaching. Let me go through the teams very quickly for you. Then starting off with Wrexham, who make 3 changes to the side from last time out. And they line up then with Okonkwo, Cleworth, Ime and Doyle. Viner is in the the right wing back position with George Dobson, Lewis O'Brien and George Thompson in midfield. Oliver Rathbone and Ryan Longman behind Sam Smith in attack. The 3 players to drop out is Moore, Broden and Kabore. Kabore not involved tonight due to an hamstring injury. Viner, Longman and Smith coming to the side. Chelsea made 9 changes to the side from their game in midweek. Only Ato and Garnacho start for them. They line up in full with Sanchez back in goal tonight. Is Tosin, Sarr and Badashile across the back. Achimpong, Santos, Lavia and Ato in midfield. Neto and Garnacho playing just behind Liam Delap. No place in the squad for Cole Palmer tonight, but 18-year-old Jesse Derry is named amongst those substitutes for Chelsea this evening. We're running through the 2 subs in just a second as the game is about to get underway. The referee today is Peter Banks. Eddie Smart and Blake Andrew Buster is assistants. Adam Zerjek is a 4th official. We have got VAR today, Paul Howard and Sean Massielis, and this game is about to get underway right now. We are underway between the 2 sides as Chelsea on the ball back to their goalkeeper and sending long does Rob Sanchez, and Wrexham win the first header of the afternoon as Wrexham will try and come forward early on here with Smith. A bit of ball out wide to that far left hand side. I'd just like to remind you, if it goes a level after 90 minutes, we'll have an extra 30 minutes of extra time, 15 minutes each way for extra time. If we're still level, then we'll go to penalty side, who makes it through to the quarter-finals. Wrexham and Chelsea are ball number 7 in the quarter-final draw. That takes place on Monday evening. We're just having a few technical difficulties on the screen with the lineups there. We'll get to those for you in a second. We'll get the clock on for you in a second as well. We've played with about 49 seconds thus far as Wrexham take on Chelsea in the FA Cup tonight. As we're in this game this evening, as the team will update you in a second. You just watch how many players on there for them at the moment for both sides. We'll see to those in just a second. For those are not the lineups on the screen. As Chelsea will come forward with Delap. Alejandro Garnacho towards the penalty area. More crossing to the penalty area from Garnacho. Cleared away by Wrexham. Doing well there, did Wrexham. As Chelsea will come forward again as they will cut in fielders. Pedro Neto to find Benoit Badashile, left back, centre back position. Up inside the Chelsea, inside the Wrexham off of the field for Chelsea. Across on that right hand side down here is Tosin, who rolls across there to Badashile again. As Chelsea just look to keep possession, as Mamadou Sarr will take a touch down the line to Pedro Neto again as Chelsea look to come forward. His ball towards Liam Delap is cut out as Wrexham will look to come forward now as towards Smith. Well, Tosin wins it back again for Chelsea. Lavia tries to spin the ball over the top, looking for Alejandro Garnacho. There was too much on that, and the ball goes out of play. In the end, there we're just updating the team lineups. Then the Wrexham one is now back as it should be. We're just updating you the Chelsea lineup very, very soon, as we will give you the lineup as you can see them on your screen there. We'll keep you bang up to date with those lineups for you as the game will run away. As I mentioned, Wrexham or Chelsea, ball number 7 in the quarter-final draw, which takes place Monday evening here on the Commentary Hub, and we'll bring you that to you live on the Commentary Hub. As the ball now is back to Rob Sanchez, and he clears this ball away. Downfield it goes. Pedro Neto spins away behind, then he's picked off as here comes Wrexham once. Against Nottingham Forest to help them get into round 4, and then they played again and a good telling contribution in the last round as well for Wrexham to help them on the way to play Chelsea here at the Racecourse ground this evening. Russ Vernon, your man on the microphone, getting you through the action for this FA Cup encounter as we watch on here this evening. There's head-to-head stats on your screen there right now as we watch on this game this afternoon, as we keep you bang up to date with this game. We've played 4 minutes on the clock and it remains 0-0 between the two sides as we watch this game unfold in the FA Cup. This afternoon as we watch it all this early evening in the UK. As here comes Wrexham now with Rathbone. Good bit of movement here forward. Here they come now. Good ball backwards there. As they will look to come forward here. Will Wrexham, as the Conqueror sends in long downfield. That's the chasing after this, but there is the brilliant chest of tossing Adebayo to clear this ball away. Just known as tossing in these for Chelsea on back of his shirt. That's what we will call him this afternoon. I'm just updating the Chelsea team for you. Just a few technical issues in the build-up, still being resolved as we speak. For the lineups, a few technical issues that we've had this afternoon. As the ball is sent long, there is Alejandro Garnacho trying to go on the end of this. Number 49 for Chelsea. Just manages to keep the ball in play. Wrexham do manage to clear through Dominic Ime, the club captain, and the captain for this game today. There's a throw from Atto back to Badashile as Chelsea look to maintain possession in the first start of the new campaign for Romeo Lavia after an injury layoff. Came back in the under-21s not too long ago against Leeds United. Played 45 minutes in that one. Played against Aston Villa as well. The substitute appearance starts today against Wrexham in this game, as the team is now updated as the team lineups are after the technical glitch that we had a few moments prior. As you can see there, the Racecourse ground, you can see what the temperature is like. It's just 9 degrees this evening here at the Racecourse ground. It feels like 7 degrees Celsius here this evening, it says. As you can see what the wind is like there as well. But it's a nice evening. It's been very nice here in North Wales as we watch this game tonight. There is a good control by Ollie Rathbone, who can't give the ball for Wrexham as Atto wins it off him. But to Badashile now, tossing is there. If you've just tuned into us for the very first time today, thank you very much for doing so. We'll give you the scores from the matches from this weekend thus far later on. Mansfield went toe-to-toe with Arsenal in the lunchtime FA Cup game. We will tell you the scores at half time on broadcast today. So the header is away by Wrexham there. There's pick up well there. Wrexham is there. We'll watch come forward and sends it forward. There's Rathbone in there, but breaks from number 15, which is Dobson, who's trying to get the ball forward, looking for Sam Smith. Not the singer Sam Smith, the football player Sam Smith. As there is a singer called Sam Smith, just in case people are wondering why I'm mentioning a singer's name. He's also the same name of a footballer. Is Sam Smith. Plays for Wrexham. Doing well this season on Wrexham in the Championship. Their game in the Championship this weekend postponed due to their FA Cup exploit. See it today. Can they bring a surprise and knock out Premier League side Chelsea here this evening? Here comes Wrexham. There's a good turn from the number 26 Zach Viner. Good ball from Viner there, trying to get forward him and Longman. A switch from what they've got it there, but we will keep you. But that's what we first when we saw the team. That's where we got it down there. But we'll leave it as what is on the screen for you. So that is the lineups. We'll keep you bang up to date with this game as we watch on this afternoon. The Chelsea captain. I'm trying to work out who's got the captain's armband. The Chelsea man who saw takes on some energy. There is the players just being altered for that situation here this evening. As you can see, a shot there of the Wrexham owners just having a deep conversation with each other. Ryan Reynolds and Ron McNally. Then we did have some statistics which I wanted to share with you this evening during the game this afternoon, which will bring you during the broadcast today some of the stats that we've got in the end, as we will watch on here. I'm just going to load them up here which way to give you. Outside flag is up there against Wrexham over on that far side. The Wrexham left, Chelsea's right. And some interesting facts from 1982, that was the last time these two sides met in the FA Cup when we were doing our research, and some interesting stats. One of the interesting facts is that Prince William, the Prince of Wales, was born in 1982. If you're into your TV and numbers and letters, the programme Countdown was launched by Channel 4. There was a launch on this in 1982. Channel 4 launched, and the first programme was Countdown. There's some others as well, but we'll break off as Chelsea coming forward. Pedro Neto on the edge of the penalty. Still getting Neto with interception. That as they will come away with possession and win a free kick there. We'll get back to some of these as well. The biggest film of that year, 1982, was E.T. Roald Dahl's iconic book, BFG, was published. I'm going to ask you a question now. There was two songs that were best-selling hits in the UK, or in Britain, should I say. And I want to know which two songs they were. If you already know the answer, do not put it in. But if you don't, have a guess, and I will let you know towards the end of the first half which those two hits are, as we watch this game unfold in front of us this evening. As here comes Wrexham in possession. There's number 26 there, which is Vino, the former Bristol City man, joined Wrexham this summer, or should I say this winter. He joined up in the Premier League from the British Championship rivals. He's playing in the... Normally he's a right back or a centre back, but he's playing in midfield today for Wrexham. He's part of that midfield 5 that they have got for this match this evening, and it's interesting to see that. As the ball is sent forward there by Chelsea, but headed forward from Wrexham out to play for a throw-in. There's a good piece of defending there from Callum Doyle from the left centre-back position, going towards halfway to ready to clear. And she went out of the throw. Chelsea take on the throw very, very quickly. And there is actually come back to Sarr, who goes back to Tossing. And Tossing will go across to Rob Sanchez, all in green tonight. Wrexham are in their colours of red, white, and red. Chelsea in their colours of blue, white, white. There's a free kick for Chelsea, foul Andre Santos, who is playing a little bit centrally today, from rather than normally plays sometimes out wide. He's playing a bit more centrally today. Can play in the defensive midfield role, but likes to play a bit further forward. He's playing a bit back today alongside Romeo Lavia in that heart of the Chelsea midfield. Achimpong and Atta will draw back when Wrexham have got possession to make it to back 5 and make it to 5-2-2-1 and 5-4-1 with Neto and Ganacho dropping back as well. There's a ball over the top looking for Delap, was cleared away. Just need to remind you once again, if you are just tuning in, if the scores are level at the end of 90 minutes, we will have 30 minutes of extra time. If we are still level after extra time, we'll have penalties to decide who makes it through to the quarterfinals in the FA Cup. The ball is now in the centre circle for Sarr. Towards our right hand side where he's found a teammate out there, which was Achimpong, who was playing the right wing back role today for Chelsea. This is the second time I've seen him playing that role, and he's always done a decent job when he's played as Dutch Achimpong. Saw the game against Charlton, which didn't cover that game though, but I watched it and he caused a few problems on that occasion. Here is Alejandro Garnacho. Foul there, is he? Yes, by Max Cleworth. Ollie Rathbone there too. And Ollie Rathbone was a really close friend of mine when he was with Rotherham. Used to speak to him virtually every match day. I went to watch the Millers down at the ASL New York Stadium. They took a fellow Yorkshire rivals Huddersfield Town earlier on this afternoon, and a few Rotherham fans who I've spoken to since that game have said that Rotherham boss Matt Amshaw should go now. And there were two port sides and on show there today. I thought Rotherham did have a better spell there. It's just come forward down the right hand side, cleared away. And now the player goes there. But Rotherham fans not happy with their current boss, Matt Amshaw. When Rathbone was in the Millers, he was working under Paul Warne for a period of time. And Paul Warne, nicknamed Warney, from this interview that I did not long when he was at Rotherham United, said that he was one of the best players he's asked him what he thought of Ollie Rathbone without being in an interview, especially when I was just speaking to him, Paul Warne, and he said that Ollie was a really good player for him. As we watch this game unfold, there's a ball played forward looking for Sam Smith there, but too much on that possession. And Sanchez finds tossing now. I guess it's out wide to start. He tries to look to build from the back, playing on the right hand side. But we watch their left hand side now with Ben Watt-Better-Sheila. And back he goes to Rob Sanchez. He can take another touch and another touch out wide to Better-Sheila. And he has to go back there as he's been pressed by Ollie Rathbone, who is looking good so far for Wrexham. And Wrexham have settled into this game. Chelsea, yes, as you would expect, have a lot of possession. However, Wrexham are holding their own against Premier League opposition here at the Racecourse ground. And he goes across there brilliantly now as Wrexham just let goes to the back line. There's a ball from Im sent forward looking for Smith. And he's in behind here, Smith. Sam Smith! 1-0 Wrexham! And Wrexham with a long ball over the top from Dominic Im. Picks out the striker Sam Smith And he finishes to give Wrexham a shock lead against Premier League side Chelsea. Fantastic ball over the top. And Sam Smith is there to fire into the back of the net and give Wrexham the 1-goal lead. We're seeing him not happy with something there as he speaks to the fourth official, Adam Zerjek. And let's see what he's happy about. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at what he's happy with. He's onside. He is onside as that ball is played. So I don't know why he can be unhappy with that. Unless he thinks he's offside. But for me, when I look at that, he's onside. And Sam Smith finishes it brilliantly. And Lewis Senior used to complain about his defending rather than trying to claim there should be a decision for his team there, because in my opinion there was no offside there. And Wrexham have a 1-goal lead against Chelsea in the FA Cup. And there's the owners who are happy with that lead there. They are checking for possible offside here. But for me, the goal should stand. He is onside. He is onside. The green line is on. The onside is there. The goal will stand. And Wrexham will lead against Chelsea. Just look at this. He times his run to perfection. To Sam Smith. And Wrexham are leading by a goal to inside 18 minutes. Well, we've played 19 minutes now, but the goal came on 18. And Wrexham lead against Chelsea. What a game so far. And Sam Smith brilliantly dispatched it. Very, very well there. To put Wrexham, the Championship side, ahead against the Premier League side. Well, we've been doing fairly well under Liam Senior since he came in and took the job. Got to beat Aston Villa in midweek, which you can listen to here on the channel after our game today, which was brought to you by myself again. As is Garnacho now. First shot on target in the game. And I think that's the first shot in the game as well from Wrexham as well, and they scored it. Chelsea yet to have a shot in the game or even on target, and this is credit to Wrexham. They're pressing them really, really well and not allowing the spaces to open for Chelsea to work in, because they know Chelsea like to work in spaces, and we now need to see whether Liam Senior has got a tactical nous to get his side back into this game. Here's Pedro Neto, who will look to try and do that for Chelsea. Here's Alejandro Garnacho. Going one way. Rolls across there to Romeo Lavia. Now Sarr out wide to Achimpong. Back it goes to Sarr once more. And now back it goes now on in the centre circle for Benashile from Tottenham. He's on halfway, just inside the centre circle. Now over just inside the Wrexham, off of the field. We're still inside the centre circle. They played it wide to Sarr. Gets it further forward. There is Chelsea with Achimpong, gets it to Neto. Back it goes now. Just Sarr across the centre circle. Benashile, who just finds Alejandro Garnacho, skips away from his man, which is number 47 Longman. And then the shot comes in from Atos straight down the throw there of Arthur Okonkwo. And that's a comfortable save in the end. As Wrexham are doing very, very well here. And Nick is rightly pointing out that the Wrexham owners are happy, and so they should be as well, because their side have started off really, really well today. And you've got to say that it's absolutely brilliant for me from the Championship side. They've taken him to Chelsea and they've closed Chelsea down with every available opportunity they could do when Chelsea got possession in promising areas. Here's Longman inside to Viner, who skips away from Lavia, and then he's brought down by Romeo Lavia, and Romeo Lavia goes into the referee's notebook, and the referee's Peter Banks, And Romeo Lavia gets his name taken and gets the first booking of the afternoon. You can clearly see clear booking, no complex from Romeo Lavia. Just steps in front of Zavana and tries to pull his shirt off. Romeo, if you want his shirt, just asking for it at the end of the game. Really trying to take it off during the match. 22 minutes on the clock here, and Wrexham lead 1-0 against Chelsea. And will Wrexham hold advantage once more? Will the Hollywood effect be good enough for another fairy tale victory in the FA Cup for Wrexham? Here they come. Now there's going to be a free kick here, which will be taken by Dobson. He takes it short, but gets it back. And he will now deliver the ball into the penalty area. Flick towards goal and pushed over the top. Well, the offside flag was up there. Sanchez doesn't know he was offside. Well, that's a decent effort from Wrexham again there. Just trying to see who got the touch there. Let's have a look there. Who gets the shot? And he is offside. Just trying to see who he was who got the strike in there. Couldn't really tell which one it was, but Wrexham managed to get a shot at goal again. But the offside flag was up, so that will not count for the shot on target. I'm up against Galab there as Galab does well to get the ball away. He's Neto inside the penalty area for Chelsea. Low cross in behind Achimpong from Pedro Neto. And Neto should have been the one trying to get on the end of the ball in rather than putting the ball in himself. It's Pedro Neto is good in front of goal for Chelsea. And I was surprised that Yao Pedro was on the bench for Chelsea. He didn't get any minutes from the start. I mean, scored an hat-trick in midweek. But Wrexham leading by a goal to nil. Wonderful ball over the top it was from Dominic Heim to get Sam Smith away, who was onside. Timed his run to perfection in between with the Sheila and tossing, and he ran through and finished it brilliantly. But Chelsea now will try to come for an equaliser, but the offside flag is raised against Liam Delap, and a free kick has been given to Wrexham. And I must say that this game has started off really, really well today for Wrexham. And you've got to say that Wrexham are, when you look at it, playing really good football and looking to cause a number of problems for Chelsea, as the fans are inside the stadium are happy with this. The Chelsea fans are over there watching who are not happy with this, and you can understand why. But the Wrexham fans inside the stadium are buzzing with their team's performance so far, and that they have got the lead. As the ball is played forward, looking for Smith again. This time was played forward by Thompson. We saw Brian there as well, former Nottingham Forest and Huddersfield Town man. Had a spell in the MLS as well, did Lewis O'Brien, before coming back across to English football, or British football should I say, with Wrexham being in North Wales. As Wrexham with O'Brien now charging forward, and we've got Wales's, one of the Wales's strikers on the bench in Kiefer Moore. We've also got Josh Winners, formerly of Sheffield Wednesday, on the bench as well. Here comes Chelsea with Pedro Neto. He delivers across towards the Vatos, and then Draganacho is it back across towards Pedro Neto again. That's cleared away only as far as Achimpong. Arms out there. Number 2 inside is Doyle with a block. Was from the edge of the penalty area. Smith there. Back to Rathbone to clear. Wasn't actually Rathbone who cleared it, but Rathbone's chasing after, should I say. Rathbone almost got there. But Smith could get there too, but wonderful ball back from Atto there. Rathbone challenged by Sheila for that ball initially before he broke towards Smith. He couldn't get on the end of it as well. But Wrexham, fantastic from them so far. Phil Parkinson today. Not many managers, I can't normally say this but about opposition managers, but when you look at this today and you see what they have done, you see what Parkinson's done. He's got his tactical setup spot on. The way Wrexham are playing, they're able to play through the lines, they're able to close down space when Chelsea's got the ball. They can play through the press, how they're doing again here now, brilliantly. almost got through that press there. O'Brien couldn't take on. He's going to get through there towards Georgie Thompson there, but that was a nearly good play though from Wrexham, almost getting behind there. But he can play through the lines. And when Chelsea got possession at the back, they're just allowing them to have the ball then and press when they can. As you can see there, you've got Vanna on Lavia. You've got Doyle who's watching Neto, but then he leaves Neto because the ball goes over his head. There's a Chelsea man gone down there, Glap. There's a foul by Dominic Hine there, as you see. So now Phil Parkinson, the manager. Here now is here comes Alejandro Garnacho, who will look to come forward. He's been more by the Chile. Good movements here as they look to come forward. And they will now look come forward. There's a man going down, just action problem. No foul given us. Wrexham just come away with possession and looking to break at every opportunity they can here at Wrexham. They almost robbed of possession there though, as they managed to keep hold of possession well as Smith plays an E1-2. Smith is away again, and Smith is through on goal. Can Sam Smith get a second? Will he go down into the penalty? He does. The referee says no penalty, just slipped in the vital moment. He needs to really stay on his feet there, and well, this is good piece of football from Wrexham. Absolutely fantastic from them. They have been absolutely brilliant. When you watch this, absolutely brilliant from Wrexham. If you're not watching this and you're just listening to us, Wrexham have been outstanding in this game so far. Absolutely brilliant from Wrexham. Yes, he was, Nicholas, as well. And I agree with them about Romeo Lavia. He handled that booking like a pro. He didn't really complain to the referee. He just got on with the game, and he was booked a few moments ago. Romeo Lavia back in the side after a lengthy spell out through injury. But he is not really on the ball as much. Peter Banks is the man in the middle today. Not very popular with Leeds United fans is Peter Banks for some of the decisions he didn't give the Whites against Manchester City in the Premier League, and at the end of the game he sent off their boss Daniel Farker, and Farker will be in the stands for Leeds' trip to Norwich for Leeds' visit of Norwich to Ellen Road tomorrow, a game which I'll be in attendance at the ground for that one. And speaking of Wrexham and a Leeds connection, I'll tell you about that in a moment. Just look to get an equalising goal, but what a save from off of the Conqueror. Denied Jarolato inside the Wrexham penalty area. A good bit of play there, but let me just give you an interesting fact about Wrexham and Leeds connection. We just see this ball through again for Sam Smith there. He went down inside the penalty area under the challenge of Toss, and he just slipped at the vital moment. I could tell that he was going to slip there at the vital minute, and that's what he did. And the connection between the two sides, between Wrexham and Leeds, that I just mentioned there, that former Sky Sports broadcaster, now commentator at LUTV, Will Law, he commentates on the Leeds United matches home and away for the club's in-house TV channel, and he is a Wrexham fan as well. So big shout out to him if he's out there listening to this game tonight with us. Really do a sterling job covering Leeds. Good luck to your side tonight. Good luck to us tomorrow. There's Longman shut up, just gets tipped over the bar and then by Rob Sanchez for a corner. But that's a good bit of play again. And you've got to say that this Wrexham side have caused a number of problems here. As we watch on here, look at this from Longman again. He goes inside and takes a shot on. Takes a deflection from Belmo by the Sheila. I didn't notice that initially. And then he looked up and it was a good save from Rob Sanchez as here is O'Brien to take this corner kick. Is now O'Brien will tear the corner, whipped in too much on that. Was headed away by Chelsea and Sable. Wrexham have been forced backwards to their goalkeeper. That's good play from Chelsea. The next when the ball down one end, Chelsea forced it back down the other, and the Conqueror will send it back down the other end as well. Pushing the bad down on Smith, referee says no play on. But Wrexham with Dobson just picks up possession and plays it to Longman, who will drop it inside there to Cleworth. Inside to Dobson. There's Rathman. The ball from Ollie Rathman. And now here they come, ball over the top there as Rathman gets it again in for Wrexham. Good challenge from Rathman, good challenge from Longman. Tossing just clears it away, headed down by Dobson, flicked away by Viner. Dobson win there ahead of Delab, but Delab wins it again. Now Pedro now engaged out wide here to Alejandro Garnacho, charging down the penalty, left hand side of the penalty area. Cleared away by Wrexham down their right hand side, up to Smith, who holds up the play well away from Badashile. He gave the ball away. Delab goes down, no free kick to either side there, but it looked like a foul on Smith. He was pushed in the back by the two arms of Badashile. And I've seen those given if he's inside the penalty area, so why is he not given when he's in the middle of the park, I wonder. Wrexham just having a lot of the ball at the moment, and they're keeping it well as we played almost 34 minutes here in the FA Cup. And it's still Wrexham 1, Chelsea 0 in the FA Cup. If you're just joining us, you can see on the screen up top there. In the FA Cup, Wrexham lead by 1-0. It was scored by Sam Smith on 18 minutes to bring the scoreline, and I can tell you that we will bring you the full-time scores from the other FA Cup game that we played today. The FA Cup result from last night as well, including between Wolves and Liverpool, as a free kick given there for a foul on Lewis O'Brien. And Mamadou Sarr, Wrexham have taken it quickly. Here is Callum Doyle. Dominic Ime goes across to Max Cleworth. And another connection I'm meant to mention between Leeds and Wrexham is that the two sides will meet in pre-season when they're both going to tour to the US. 25th of July, Leeds United will play Wrexham. Wrexham will also play Sunderland and Liverpool, as will Leeds on that pre-season tour of the United States of America. And Longman's trying to go on the end of this as Dato just ahead of him and gets there first. Longman tries to close down Sanchez. That's good pressure that from Ryan Longman. And you can watch this game unfolding. If you want to know the scores from the other games in the FA Cup thus far, there's only been 2 other games in the FA Cup thus far. You can do so by staying tuned to us at half time. We'll give you the scores. I'll also tell you the results from the EFL today, and also the Women's World Cup qualifier between England and Iceland, which was played this lunchtime at the City Ground, the home of Nottingham Forest as well. We'll keep you hang up to date across those scores at half time. We'll recap them again at full time for you as well. And so far so good for Wrexham in this game here tonight, though. Wrexham just maintaining possession, and which has now have it to the moment. But when Wrexham have got possession at the back, Chelsea trying to press them, but when Chelsea got the ball at the back, Wrexham are allowing them to have it, and as they come forward down the field, that's when they will press them. Here comes Wrexham again. Rathman will ball through in towards the penalty area. Doyle's there. Doyle's shot is blocked. Behind for another corner to Wrexham. And this is good work from Wrexham tonight. They're closing Chelsea down, not letting them have a lot of possession. And this is brilliant. Brilliant block. There, I don't think I read out the benches for the two sides. I'll read you them out very quickly now. For Wrexham is Ward, Score, Brunt, Barney, Kelly, Dunn, Windass, Broadhead, Rodriguez and Moore. For Chelsea's Sharman Lowe, James Gusto, Chalaboco Correa, Esugo, Yao Pedro, Morguriu, and 80-year-old Jesse Derry, the son of former Leeds United man Sean. There's a corner from Wrexham, he's whipped in towards the near post, just headed away. Thompson delivers the ball back in towards the penalty, headed away this time by Sarr. Garnacho falls back to his own goalkeeper. He finds Sheila. Now Tosin and Chelsea will try and come forward here with possession as they will look to find Lavia inside the centre circle, which they do. Lavia through the centre circle to Neto, who twists and goes to the right hand side towards Sol, skips in field. He then finds Neto again. Pedro Neto goes wide to the left hand side and Garnacho skips in from the touchline. Moves it back into the centre for Belashile, who goes further across the pitch, midway inside the Chelsea, Wrexham half for Chelsea's. Lavia now gets it to the right hand side. As there is Pedro Neto down the line for Achin Pong. Achin Pong's low cross and is cleared by Wrexham, and they will come forward again up towards Smith, who can't get there this time. And Belashile goes across the centre circle to the right hand side and Sarr further wide and down the line to Achimpong. Back to Sarr again. Backwards on halfway to Totten across the halfway line to Benoit Belashile into the centre circle for Totten. And now Belashile has to go all the way back towards his own goal, midway inside his own half, just a couple of yards, about 25 yards out from their own goal there to Sanchez, who gets it back to Belashile. Now back he goes again to Sanchez, middle of the box, just outside his own penalty area. I mean, watched from a distance as Chelsea will press on heavy touches as Sanchez goes inside his own penalty area once more. Plays it through the lines to the lad this time. Goes on halfway, he turns away from his man well. Delap, and he's still going to Delap. Someone is just doing away, his advantage is played. Delap gets it out to Alan Garnacho inside the penalty on the left hand side. Garnacho, brilliant clearance off Lamb, he's gone in. And Chelsea have equalised just before half time. And as he got down as an own goal from Arthur Okonkwo, I'm just trying to see who got the final touch here for Chelsea. Garnacho with the cross. Molin, which was cleared away initially. Cleared off line initially. Let's look at this again, try and work out what actually happened and who got the final touch. The lad does really well here, and his advantage is played by Peter Banks. That's a good bit of refereeing I've seen from him in a long time actually. He gets that away for Alejandro Garnacho, who slips the back when the shot comes in. He's cleared off the line initially by, is it Max Clearworth who clears it off the line? Or is it no, off number 14. Thompson clears it off the line, and then it hits the back of the head of Arthur Okonkwo. You can just see from this angle here, watch. Cleared off the line, it's the arm of Okonkwo and goes into the back of the net, and Chelsea have levelled. There, it remains 1-1. Okonkwo with the own goal as he touched it last. Wrexham 1, Chelsea 1 just before half time. Chelsea will now look to use that goal there as momentum to go and get a second, third, fourth, and really pull this tie to bed in the, rather than Wrexham getting the noses back in front and being squeaky bum time again in this game. It remains 1-1 though as we're coming up towards our final few seconds of this first half. If you're just joined in for us today, thank you very much for doing so. I did ask you a question earlier, which I'll read you the ask it again and give you the answer again just before we go at half time. Ball into the penalty area, and it's cleared behind for a goal kick from Pedro Neto's ball into the penalty area. And the question I asked you again, which I'll just ask you again now, and then I'll read you the answer just before I go for my half-time break. The question is, which two songs were the best-selling hits in Britain in 1982, which was the year when Wrexham and Chelsea last played against each other in a competitive match. And think get in touch and you can let us know all about that. What you think the answer is. Another one stat to tell you about was back in 1982 was the World Cup in Spain. Italy was the winners of that one. The World Cup is coming up this summer, and if Italy qualify, will Italy go on to win that one? Italy in the playoffs. Will they face off with Northern Ireland in the playoff semi-final, and then either Wales or Bosnia and Herzegovina in the final, so they get past Northern Ireland, and if they do make it through to the World Cup finals, will Italy go on and win the tournament? We'll have to stay tuned here to find out, as we bring you most of the coverage from this summer's World Cup from the USA, Mexico and Canada. And we are watching on here as Wrexham are just having to hang on towards the end of the first half. 43 minutes on the clock. Coming up towards less than 9 seconds to go until half time, plus the stoppages as well. And it's cleared away long down for back off the conquer from out of his hands. Headed away by Mamadou Sarr. He breaks here now for Longman, who sends it forward. Tossing this time brings it down on his chest. And Tossing, in case you're wondering who's got the captain's armband for Chelsea, it is on your screen now. Tossing is the Chelsea skipper today. As now he fangs it towards his near side. And there is Atto, who sends it long downfield, looking for the run through there over. In other words, Atto there was, but they should have the ball over to looking for Yarrow. Atto in behind. Less than 30 seconds away from stoppage time at the end of this first half. Pedro Neto gets it wide and down the line. He went there to Achimpong, back to Pedro Neto again, back to Achimpong this time. Low post in, played up into the air and behind. There well by Wrexham, and they defended really, really well there from that ball into the penalty area. Callum Doyle got it away. And we're just going into stoppage time at the end of this first half. We're just awaiting 7 minutes of stoppage time will be given. They'll come up on our screens as of yet. It has now 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first period. 1-1 is the scoreline. As the corner comes in, and Concord just punches it clear to the edge of the box for Garnacho. It was this ball that caused the Chelsea equaliser. Pedro Neto again out on that right hand side. Dancing feet. There's a penalty area on the right hand side for Garnacho. It gives one way, then the other. His shot is blocked for Santos, who delivers the ball into the penalty area. But behind for another corner to Chelsea. Zan Viner there defending well. Wrexham thought he was an offside in there. The flag didn't go up though. As the ball will be sent into the penalty area. Okonkwo punches it away. One-handed from Lucy underneath the crossbar. He breaks out through Wrexham on the edge of the box. And the ball over the top, looking for Dobson to chase. He can't get there. Better shield. Can for Chelsea. Comes down for Delap. Left hand side of the penalty area. Cuts in field. He just loses out there. But Atto and Lavia. It was Lavia back to Atto there to make sure Chelsea steady possession towards the end of the first half. Santos is out wide to Sarr. Further wide to Achimpong. There's Neto, sorry. Infield to Santos. Back he goes now to Tossing. Lavia. Tossing again. Gets the ball forward for Neto. And Atto gives the ball away. Wrexham sending long down for looking for Smith. Smith is won into Lewis O'Brien. Goes down on the challenge of Lavia. And then again on the challenge this time of Achimpong and a free kick. This time it's been given second foul. Being given not the first one there. And remains 1-1 here in the FA Cup as you're listening to the commentary for your Saturday evening pleasure of FA Cup action between Wrexham and Chelsea this evening. The ball will go into the penalty area, sent in high, looking towards the back post, clear with it in, based on the edge of the penalty area. Well, they will try and come forward now as Wrexham almost getting behind, but that's a good piece of defending there in the end as Chelsea just maintain possession. Wrexham got the ball back though, and he's taking down the half-time whistle will blow. So Wrexham, if they want to, will need to go along with this ball. But the half-time whistle does go, and the players will, with the tunnels and the dugouts on this near side, walk across the pitch. As the half-time whistle does blow at the end of this first half, it's 1-1 at half-time. And just to tell you the goal scorers, it was a fantastic goal from Sam Smith to put Wrexham into the lead for a Conqueror put through his own net just before half-time. 1-1 is a scoreline between Wrexham and Chelsea on the Racecourse ground. And if you'd like to leave that on the screen for us, please, Nick. The scoreline, the score there, please, when you can. For people to see the score there at half-time. As you can see there, half-time, FA Cup, 5th round. Please subscribe, please click the bell if you can. As you can see the teams on your screen there. We're just going to quickly run you through the half-time, well, the score, should I say, from the other matches in the FA Cup, which were played earlier today. So if we just look at the scores from the matches today in the FA Cup, one from last night, the others from today, and then as you can see there from Fulham down the rest of this weekend. So Friday night, so Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Liverpool 3, Mansfield Town 1, also 2 was this afternoon's lunchtime kick-off. As you can see here on the commentary hub, it is Wrexham 1, Chelsea 0. Newcastle against Manchester City is at 8 o'clock this evening. If we go on after that, we'll bring you the score from that just before we do finish. If this does go to extra time and maybe penalties, we may run over into that game with our broker, so we'll give you an early update if needs be. Tomorrow matches are Fulham against Southampton at 12. Harper Swansea's Port Vale take on Sunderland. 4:30 sees Leeds United take on Norwich City, and then on Monday Night Football, West Ham against Brentford. We'll have commentary of that one here on the commentary. Let's take a look at the other scores from the matches taking place this weekend. Starting off in the Championship, Preston North End 1, Oxford United 3. This is lunchtime kick-offs. That was Friday night, actually, should I say. In League 2, Cheltenham Town 2, Barrow 2. Blackburn Rovers 1, Portsmouth 1 from the Championship. Hull City 1, Millwall 3 in the Championship. Cardiff 0, Lincoln 2 in League 1. Huddersfield 1, Fulham United 0 in League 1. Grimsby Town 1, Barnet 1 in League 2. Salford City 2, Bromley 0 in League 2. In the Championship, Bristol City 0, Coventry 2. Charlton Athletic 1, Birmingham 0 also in the Championship. Derby County 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1 also in the Championship. Ipswich 1, Leicester 1 in the Championship. Same scoreline at Bramall Lane between Sheffield United and West Bromwich Albion 1-1 there as well. Swansea 2, Stoke 0 also in the Championship. In League 1, Barnsley 2, Exeter 1, Blackpool 1, Wigan 1, Bolton 3, Wickham 2, Burton 0, Stevenage 1, Luton 2, Reading 3. Brilliant win for Reading there. Jack Wilshere's Luton. Plymouth 2, Doncaster Rovers 1 in League 1 as well. Also scores in League 2 was Accrington 1, Cambridge 1, Bristol Rovers 2, Alexandra 1, Chesterfield 2, Shrewsbury 3, Crawley Town 2, Swindon 2, Gillingham 1, Fleetwood Town 1, MK Dons 4, Harrogate Town 1, Newport 1, Colchester 2, Tranmere 1, Oldham 3, Walsall 1, Notts County 2. More scores. And in the Women's World Cup qualifying, England 2, Iceland 0. Goal there from Lucy Bronze and Georgia Stanway in tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Is the FC Wimbledon game is a 12 o'clock kickoff, I believe, tomorrow. 2 o'clock. I'll just double check the kickoff time for that one. FC Wimbledon take on Northampton, and then QPR take on Middlesbrough at 4:30 tomorrow afternoon in the Championship as well. There, go back to half time on. This one is 1-1 at the break between Wrexham and Chelsea. We're going to take a quick break. We're back with plenty of time for the game kicking off again. So join us shortly for the second half action as Wrexham take on Chelsea in the FA Cup. Who will top? Join us shortly. Welcome back to the second half coverage of the game between Wrexham and Chelsea, currently 1-1 at the break as the two teams are back out for the second half. It looks like no changes are made by either manager at half time, and we'll keep you bang up to date with this game this evening in the FA Cup. And the latest score is 1-1 over at Okonkwo. Both through his own net. The Wrexham goalkeepers with second half is now underway in this game between Chelsea and Wrexham. At the start of the second half, as we watch this game unfold in this game this evening, as we get ready for this game to get for the second half to really get kick-start in this game. And we can tell you there's 1-1 at half time. Smith on 80 minutes, of Okonkwo with his own net on 40 minutes, I believe it was, in the game, as we're back underway for it. Sanchez has the ball at the back, still 1-1. As no change, as I mentioned. The teams are, as when it says on the screen there, we'll run you through the lineups right now. For Wrexham, it's Okonkwo, Clearworth, Doyle, Viner, Dobson, O'Brien, Thompson, Rathbone, Longman, Smith. For Chelsea, Sanchez, Tossin, Sarr, Benashil, Achimpong, Santos, Lavia, Atto, Neto, Ganacho, Delap. The benches are as the same as well, which is Wrexham, Ward, Scar, Brunt, Barney, Kelly, Dunn, Windass, Broadhead, Rodriguez, Moore, Sherman, Lowe, James. This is Chelsea's, by the way. Sherman, Lowe, James, Gusto, Chelaboko, Correa, Esugo, Pedro, Guriu, and Derry, 18-year-old Jesse Derry there for Chelsea on the bench. 1-1 is the scoreline. If you're just tuning into us this afternoon, if you are tuning into us, then thank you very much for doing so. We really do appreciate that, and really do appreciate your time and effort to listen to us here on the commentary. Later on in the programme, I'll give you the player of the match. I just want to say that should we go to extra time today, the player of the match will be delayed until half time of extra time. But if we finish in normal time, I'll give you it at the end of the 90 minutes, and I'll pass it over to my producer. We've run about 15 minutes to play there as we watch this game unfold. Here comes Wrexham with the ball out wide to the far side as they look to attack down the right hand side. Here's Lomba now there. Ball takes a deflection and he goes behind for a corner. Came off after the last. Behind for a corner kick. And remains Wrexham 1, Chelsea 1 in the FA Cup. Interested to see what happens from this Wrexham corner. Doyle's up there from the back. I'm in there too. Viner also in there. Viner is just calling some players out, including Smith to near him in there. We'll now try and break off there. The ball headed away at the near post. Where Yarrow Atto comes back out to Longman, who delivers a cross back in, headed towards goal from Clearworth, just over the top of the crossbar then. I think, looking at that then, I think that's something that they've worked on in the end. Decent set piece. And he was pumped back into the penalty. Smith was just offside. Clearworth onside, and he threw that one on. And he just went over the top of the crossbar in the end, in front of the Wrexham fans behind that goal, as they look to try and make as much noise as possible, making an hostile atmosphere, and an atmosphere that Chelsea will not like playing in. Here at the Racecourse in North Wales this evening. What can Wrexham do as they will try and come forward? Here's Smith. Looks to move it towards. Favouring now to the far side, and Oliver Rathbone is there. Pulls the ball back to clear with the ball in towards Smith. O'Brien was in there as well. It was O'Brien who got the touch in, just couldn't direct it on. A powerful effort on target. A decent play again. Good ball into the penalty area, and it bounces down into the arms of Rob Sanchez, and it remains 1-1 here in the FA Cup. The ball is back with Rob Sanchez, who will look to come forward. He's all in green tonight. The officials are all in black as the ball is played. One looking for Delap. One goes in yellow, limey green yellow. Here is Pedro Neto. Into Achupong inside the penalty. Achupong shot is blocked by the face there of I'm the captain. Stood his ground well, and it didn't phase him when the ball struck him in his face. The ball is now on the edge of the penalty area. Delivered into the box, and he bounces just wide for a goal kick to Wrexham. There is Chelsea Boston Whistling, who comes out towards the technical area to bark out some instructions towards Mamadou Sarr and some of the other players out there. I just realised I didn't give you the answer to the question I asked you just before half time. So I'll read the question out again and give you the answer in a moment or two's time. So the question I asked was, which two songs were the best-selling hits in Britain in 1982? The reason why I'm going back to then was because that's the last time these two sides met in a competitive match. So in pre-season, I think it was this is end of the championship campaign for Wrexham. The two sides played each other in America, I believe. Well, last time they met in a competitive match, which two hits were the best-selling hits in Britain in 1982? And I'll give you a clue. The songs are by different artists, because it could be two songs from the same artist. Sometimes that can happen. Well, the answers I'm looking for is some from one artist and some from another artist. There. Let us know what you think the answer is. You can tweet us if you like to. A Commentary Live 1 is the place to tweet us. Get your answer in the comment section below on live, or listening back to it, get your comments in, and we can keep you up to date with, and I'll give you the answer. If you put it in the comment section when you listen back to it before we've given the answer, you see if you know the correct answer there. And I just want to ask my producer something who is Nicholas Jones this evening. It was Nick who gave me some of these interesting facts and figures. But the question I want to ask you, Nick, is did you know the answer? Would you have known the answer of which two songs were the best-selling hits in Britain in 1982, or would you have known that, Nicholas, or did you just find that out when you was doing some research into this game this evening? Do let us know if you already knew what the answers were. I know you're not that old, but I don't know whether your parents may have told you when you mentioned you was helping on this broadcast this evening. Do let us know, Nick. I would be really good to hear. Nick says he only found out when he was researching. Good bit of research that then, Nicholas, and I'm going to do that was as well. I wasn't sure whether you mentioned to your parents that he was helping covering this game, and last competitive meeting was in 1982, and they mentioned some of the facts to you that you've given us today. Another one was the biggest film of the year was E.T., and the first CD was produced, as was the first CD player back in 1982 as well. Really good, some fun facts for you there. The answer to that question, which two songs were the best-selling hits in Britain in 1982, will be given to you after this Chelsea attack. It's got Nacho into the penalty. Nacho draws it to low across the penalty area. Too much power and position across there, and it remains 1-1 here. Brilliant bit of play from Chelsea, running down the left-hand side of Nacho there. into the penalty and he drilled it across the face of goal and just wide as there's number 38 for Chelsea, Mark Gurriu, another striker who is, I'm surprised he's not turned to Yao Pedro yet, considering he got an hat-trick in midweek. I think Pedro may be one of those that Chelsea may want to give a full rest to if they can. So you know sometimes Chelsea do that, but I think that's what they're looking to do today. But we'll have to wait and see. It's Chelsea win a free kick on halfway. Guri is about to come on here for Chelsea. I think he maybe don't change anything yet, but I'm thinking it could be for Delap, but we'll wait and get confirmation first of that change once Chelsea do make it. Here is Achimpong into the centre set for tossing. Forward into Lavia, back into tossing again in a cross set to Shield. Giving Lavia some minutes in this game, so helping him back up to fitness. Well, a couple of games in the under-21s as well is good for his confidence and his character building and playing with some different players who he may end up playing with in the league as the season goes on. With it being a long season for Chelsea, still a lot of games to go before the end of the season there. As we watch this game unfold, Wrexham have got 31% possession so far, Chelsea with 69% as well. It remains 1-1 between Wrexham and Chelsea on 56 minutes. And as I mentioned at the top of the programme, and I'll reiterate this as ever it is 1-1, should the score remain level, 1-1 or 2-2, 3-3, if more goals are scored in this game, we'll have 30 more minutes of action, which is called extra time for those who don't know, or overtime for you guys in America, in this soccer game, as you would call it, rather than football. And we will have, if we're still level after that, we will go to a penalty shootout. So Chelsea will make a substitution, but it is not Liam Delap, who is coming off as I thought he was. Is Mamadou Sarr, who makes way for Mark Gurriu to come on for Chelsea in this game here tonight. It is 1-1 between Wrexham and Chelsea in the FA Cup. If you're just tuning into us today, really good to have you along with us in this FA Cup encounter between Championship and Premier League opposition. Wrexham could be playing their trade in the Premier League next season. If not, and they finish in the top 8, they will be in from 3rd to 8th. They'll be in the playoffs as O'Brien is fouled there by Tosin. Tosin not happy with that, and a free kick is being given to Wrexham. Foul on Lewis O'Brien there, as Tosin just took him out and then just body checked him as well. Definite free kick, nowhere near the ball, just completely takes him out and gives away a free kick there. It remains 1-1 between Wrexham and Chelsea in the FA Cup, and a free kick will be given for the Championship side to Palmen forward, including Cleworth and Doyle. Also to us will be Armin there. There is Dobson, who is, I would say this is just making sure everything's set for himself. Dobson will with arms at the back post. Cleworth and Doyle in just a couple of meters in. Goes into the penalty, flicked on. Doyle's there on the back, he falls for Aim. Aim pulls it back to the edge of the penalty area. O'Brien shot his blocked, takes the flash up in the air. Looks for Doyle inside the penalty area. Doyle is cleared away by Chelsea eventually. Wrexham, good start to the second half from them. They're now starting to get their way back into it. Chelsea were the ones who started the branch of the two in the second half. We're coming up towards an hour gone in a minute's time. It is Wrexham 1, Chelsea 1 in the FA Cup here this evening. Ball sent forward there by Dobson. Towards the penalty area looking for Smith. But the offside flag is up there against the striker, and according to the linesman on that far side, Eddie Smart, I believe that was, So he came back from an offside position. Ray Smith now in the penalty area. Shot comes in. Low shot blocked. There was a strike there from Zach Viner. Viner now gets it again, turns away. Slice clears from Toxin. Sees the ball go out of play for a throw into Wrexham on their left hand side. They take it quickly. Here's Doyle for O'Brien. Down the line it goes to Thomason. Thomason takes on his man. Low cross aim is blocked. Goes behind. It will be a corner kick here to Wrexham. The long way for this corner kick to be taken. I can tell you the answer to the question, which was which two songs were the best-selling hits in Britain in 1982, released since last met in the competition, or competitively should I say, was Survivor's Eye of the Tiger and Don't You Want Me by the Human League were the best-sellers selling hits in Britain in 1982 there as well. As this corner from Dobson is going to be taken in towards the near post, is just headed away to the edge of the penalty area. Low shot by Thomason is blocked. Comes back towards Dobson again, which will leave and go behind for another corner kick to Wrexham. Wrexham planning on the pressure now, and it's something you'd like to see from a Wrexham point of view, and as a neutral, Wrexham have a bit more of a go. Dobson again, corner headed away. So there's shot comes in, blocked. First one ball. Still busting around inside there, cleared away by Chelsea eventually. The first round ball is a man who slipped there for Wrexham, which was Longman. As Garnacho now breaks down the other end for Chelsea towards the penalty area. Longman gets back and does well to block the cross from Garnacho, but Garnacho still has possession. Goes back there to Bella Shield, who now has it on his halfway into tossing after the ball back from Atto. Lavia across now to Achimpong. Achimpong will look to come forward. He goes inside to Tossing. Back to Achimpong again. Good ball into Neto. Good play from Santos to Lavia. Now across to Atto. Down the line to Garnacho again on the left hand side. Corner of the penalty area. Midway side, Rex Murphy's Lavia across now to Santos. Now Neto. Good throw from Neto. Cuts it side, shot is blocked. Goes back to Neto again for a second, back to the Cherries it. No, instead he goes to Atto. Further wide to Garnacho. Left side of the penalty area. Edge of the box now on the left hand side is Atto, who's gone down the line. Liverpool across there. And Atto does him brilliantly. Gets towards the penalty. Puts it back for Pedro Neto. Liverpool in there to try and clear. Neto still has it. Still going Neto. Shot comes in across the face of goal and wide. Chelsea almost getting the lead. Atto not happy. Kicks the turf through frustration. Away to my right hand side. Well, that's a good bit of play again. Down the left hand side from Atto. Pulls the ball back to Neto. Neto twists and turn again. Low ball across. Atto just inches away from turning it in. There Neto does well. Atto ball across. And almost somehow found the way into the back post. This is a Blackburn effort blocked. And that could have been a penalty there. And ball, it struck the arm there of Mulgrew inside the penalty area, not given. His arm was away from his body. You may say he was close to his body, but for me, he was away from his body, only a fraction away from his body, so it could be given. I've seen them given. 1-1 now in this game. We've played 63 minutes gone. Ball is sent forward. There's a Wrexham man gone down. No foul. It's Chelsea with Lavia send the ball to this right hand side. Too much on that ball, looking for Pedro Neto, and it skips out of play. Forward throwing to Wrexham on this near side. Another substitution now for Chelsea's number 45 Romeo Lavia come off to be replaced by number 14 Sugo, I believe it is, who's coming on now for Chelsea. Also Marco Correa is coming on. Romeo Lavia played 64 minutes in his first start since his return. Joel Atto coming off as well. And it is a Sugo on for Lavia. Atto off for Marco Correa. And Correa will wear number 3 in this game. And Chelsea have still got Reece James, Malo Gusto, Trevor Chalabar, and now Pedro on the bench with Premier League experience. Yes, Jesse Derry, the son of Sean, not involved in first team action as of yet for Chelsea competitively. He's amongst those on the bench with less experience. So too Dennis Sharman, who is a goalkeeper. So you wouldn't expect to see him unless there's an injury to Rob Sanchez. Wrexham still with a hell of a lot of experience on the bench in terms of Kiefer Moore, Nathan Broadhead, Jay Rodriguez, Josh Windass, Davis Kelly, Dunn, who played against Premier League opposition in the third round of the competition when Liverpool took on Barnsley, and he almost scored for Barnsley. Now Wrexham will now make some changes. Sam Smith, the goal scorer, is making his way off the field of play. And we just see his goal again, running in behind Tossin and Benashiel, and he fires it into the back of the net to give Wrexham the lead. Sam Smith is the one who's coming off here for Wrexham. And a double change. Windass is on for Rathbone as well, and Kiefer Moore is on for Sam Smith. So only Rathbone and Sam Smith off. Josh Windass and Kiefer Moore on. Josh Windass is the son of former Hull City striker Dean Windass. For those old enough to remember Dean, his son Josh now on the field. So too as Wales' own Kiefer Moore playing for Wrexham. Kiefer Moore had spells at Sheffield United, Rotherham United, Barnsley amongst his career. Also played at Bournemouth as well. Now back home in Wales with Wrexham. Wrexham in North Wales. It's now 1-1 between the two sides, 6 minutes on the clock. As Lewis O'Brien wins possession back. O'Brien chips the ball in over there of Kiefer Moore. He needed to be that height, but Kiefer Moore couldn't have. He's a bit shorter on the height of the crossing. This time O'Brien tries to deliver it low cross towards Kiefer Moore's block. Dobson there gets it forward to O'Brien. Windass gives the ball away as Chelsea will look to come forward. But Wrexham have done well to win the ball back. And Doyle gets it back there to Dominic Hine, who knocks it back to his goalkeeper, Okonkwo, whose own goal has got this tie level. 67 minutes gone here is Wrexham 1, Chelsea 1, and Chelsea have to feature on some big guns if they are to get anything out of this, as Wrexham have got possession. And O'Brien sent it through, crossed in, towards the back post, and Cucurella puts it behind for a corner. In there was number 14, Thompson. Well, that's a good bit of play from Wrexham. O'Brien does really well, gets it into the penalty, gets Thompson in behind to put a dangerous cross in. Kiefer Moore was at the near post, and I think it's Josh Windass coming in at the far. Mark Cucurella got there just ahead of Wrexham, then just for Phil Parkinson's side. And Wrexham now have a corner. It'll be interesting to see if Wrexham do profit from this corner. Corner whipped in his paw, headed away the near post. Wrexham just keep there and just managed to keep hold of possession and keep it in play. And they've done well there, Wrexham. It looks as though it was going to go out. But now applause there was heard from people around us. Here's Doyle. Good crossing, low crossing, but it's turning the goalkeeper eventually. And he rolls it out, does Rob Sanchez as Chelsea with Marco Correa looks to come forward. The infield he goes to Sanchez across now. To Achibon, back to Achibon from Pedro Neto. Good bit of movement basis. Chelsea look to keep hold of possession and try and build their way forward if they can. And towards the 69th minute of this match, as we play in this FA Cup encounter, and it's been a good FA Cup encounter. Both sides are going for it, and the managers down below us, you can see they're having to bark out some instructions, especially Liam Racine having to bark out some instructions for outside, because Chelsea, let's be honest, today, not been at their fluid best, if I'm honest, and Wrexham have a chance to potentially cause an upset and knock out one of the English greats from this competition. As we watch this game unfold, as Michael Correa can't give the ball in play, but he does have for a throw into Chelsea anyway. If you're tuning in for the very first time today, thank you very much for doing so. Please drop us a like, drop us a subscribe as well. We really would appreciate that. If you are tuning in for the very first time today, thank you very much for doing so. Wrexham 1, Chelsea 1 is the scoreline. Here's a Sugo for Chelsea to find tossing out of a bio. Now Pedro back down the line for Achimpong. Now he goes back as the Sugo has to go back. This time to toss out of a bio. Racecourse in turn gone back to Rob Sanchez as Chelsea have been was inside the Wrexham half and was forced to go back. Has to go back again. Pedro Neto turns away from his man brilliantly. That was Thomason who turned away from. So we're going to turn to the penalty of Pedro Neto. He can't get the strike in the goal, can he? No. It breaks here for Marguerite. Gurriel's shot is blocked. He will take a deflection and go behind for a corner kick to Chelsea on 70, with about 90 minutes plus stoppage time to go. And as it stands right now, we will be having an extra 30 minutes of extra time in this game. And Dario Asugo makes his Chelsea domestic debut when he came on there. And that was after 352 days after signing for the club. He makes his competitive debut for Chelsea. Asugo there, who wears number 14 if you follow with the pictures. There's a bit of information there. The ball was cleared away the near post on as far as Marco Correa gets it back out wide to the left hand side for Pedro Neto. Rolls it to the edge of the box for Ganacho on the left hand side. Ganacho's shot is easily claimed there, and Achimpong will let the Conqueror get it away, but he does throw it away this time. And Wrexham are charging forward. We've got Longman outside of Doyle if Doyle wants to go that way. Instead he goes inside to O'Brien. Out wide to that far side as Wrexham looks to deliver across and is blocked. Dobson heads it down to that far side of Cleanworth. This is good play from Wrexham as Wrexham look to come forward. O'Brien keeping possession well. Windass is out there. Windass has got possession. He turns away from his man. Goes out wide to Cleanworth. Back he goes to Dobson. Dobson into Windass. Windass, the former Sheffield Wednesday man, was linked with Rangers before he signed for Wrexham when he left Sheffield Wednesday on a free agent due to unpaid money in wages as they've had some financial problems. He's Keith Moore, subbed the other half of Sheffield for Wrexham and Sheffield United. There's now Chelsea will go away with Santos to get it to Marco Correa's. He tries to charge forward down the left-hand side. Here's Alejandro Garnacho, cuts in field of play for Chelsea from that left-hand touchline. Towards the centre circle he went. As out wide to this right-hand side, an Achimpong gets it down the line on the right-hand side. Coming in from the touchline is Pedro Neto in towards the penalty area. Neto crosses in and gone behind. It will be a goal kick. Chelsea appealed through a corner, saying the Conqueror got the final touch, but he didn't, and it's behind through. You see this again from Pedro Neto. He does really well here, Neto. Skips away from one, delivers a cross in, but his cross went out of play for the goal kick, and he wasn't happy with Thomason there. As the ball is sent forward looking for Kiefer Moore. Will come in there. Thomason does so this time for Wrexham. O'Brien sends it on looking for Kiefer Moore and Windass, who's now up there together. And when Wrexham have played with them two up top this season, in some of the games I've seen, they've caused teams a lot of problems. I'm surprised they didn't start like that today. As Wrexham fans watch on there, just chatting with each other. I think there's 3 generations there: son, father, and the granddad. So his father's father, which is good to see 3 generations come into a game while they're still able to. Here they come now with Dobson, Wrexham. What can they do with possession? He goes out wide to that far side, clear with the cross and looking for Kiefer Moore. Sanchez read that situation well and comes out and claims it and then rolls it to Badershield, who can bring this ball away for Chelsea via Sugo and Santos. Now Sugo again gets it to this right hand side and Pedro Neto. Neto charging forward, he cuts in through just Pedro Neto. As the box, Mongurio gives the ball away. And now Wrexham can break on his Windass. And Kiefer Moore up against 3 Chelsea defenders. And Chelsea defenders get back. And it's put out the play from Masuga, who was also back helping out, was tossing and a shield as Wrexham making another change. Coming off is number 26, Zach Viner. And he is being replaced by Nathan Broadhead, who wears number 33 for Wrexham. And you've got to say Viner has put in a really good shift today in this match tonight. And Nick says it was very heartwarming to see the 3 generations enjoying a game at the same time. It is, Nicholas. Not very often you see that these days. As that Viner was replaced there by Nathan Broadhead as Wrexham, and now virtually going for this game. Really good to see Wrexham going for it and not sitting on their laurels and feeling sorry for themselves, and they've not got the lead in this game. They're still holding Chelsea to a 1-1 draw in the FA Cup. Back in the old days, until they brought in extra time and penalties to these rounds, we would have normally, if it stays 1-1 or a draw in the game here, they would end up going, normally would have gone back to Stamford Bridge, but because managers complained the players were having too many games. This is the Premier League manager, by the way, saying that playing too many games. They brought in where he does extra time and penalties if required, should it be a draw rather than a replay. And just think of the money that Wrexham would have made from this game alone, not especially being on terrestrial TV as well as the broadcasting company, plus the revenue we would get if they went back to Stamford Bridge. It's a long way to go until final whistle in this game to say it's going to go to extra time. We've got around about 13 minutes or so, coming up to us 13 minutes left, plus stoppages, so we could still see a winner in this game before then. Broadhead is going right on the goal line watching where the goalkeeper is, keep them all around the 6-yard box. He now moves away towards the back to the edge of the penalty area near Pedro Neto. O'Brien's across there to take this corner kick. Is whipped into the penalty area. Let's go on, and he's split on by Chelsea behind for yet another corner. I think it was Garnacho flicked on and put it behind for another corner there for Chelsea. Just looking at the numbers, because I saw the number on. Yes, he was Garnacho, because I saw the bleach blonde hair that he has got. And George Dobson is going to cross to take this corner. Still middle from the back who was there before for Wrexham, including Dom Hamm, what you can see in the picture there. Dobson's going to deliver this ball into the penalty area. Good delivery in. Get down towards the edge of the box. Shot comes in. Deflected it in! And Wrexham have taken the lead! It's Doyle who has got the goal, and Wrexham could be causing a shock now in the FA Cup. A strike from the edge of the penalty area. I think it was from Georgie Thompson. One of that strike on the edge of the penalty area, and Doyle deflected it into the back of the net. And Wrexham are leading 2-1 against Chelsea in the FA Cup. Ryan Reynolds and Ron McElhenney, the owners are loving that. At the top of the crowd with Doyle. His score, Callum Doyle, has put Wrexham into the lead. Just look at this corner again. Dobson with the corner, Garnacho in out to Thompson on the edge of the box. His shot was blocked and he deflected. We thought he was Windass with the effort from the edge of the box. The goal diverted into the back of the net. And what a goal this is for Wrexham, who have taken the lead for the second time in this game. To lead 2-1. What a game. Wow, wow, wow. 79 minutes on the clock when Doyle struck into the back of the net. And very soon, unless Chelsea score in the next few minutes, I'll be able to think of a player of the match. And as way it stands, it's going to be a Wrexham player who's going to get my player of the match. Because they've played absolutely outstanding tonight. Wrexham, could they do it? More out of play for Wrexham throwing. Wrexham. And then central defender Callum Doyle was playing on the left of the back three. Could be causing a shock here against Liam Rossinius, Chelsea. And let's remember, Chelsea made 9 changes and left out Cole Palmer from their entire squad for this game tonight. Wow, wow, wow. What story this could be if Wrexham were to hold on. We're now Garnacho. He's trying to change that for Chelsea. Chelsea may have to fetch some more big guns on soon. In Pedro. And now Pedro, if you need to. Low ball in, cleared away. It was the lap with the crossing. Wrexham just came back there. Doyle wasn't going to clear us and pull them into the lead. Good create for Santos now. Asuga, back it goes again. Wrexham on pressing Chelsea now and trying to cause a few problems. Is Pedro Neto. Neto looks to cut in the field from the right hand side. Santos. Shot is blocked. Cleared away. Comes back to Santos again. He decks the deflection. Achipong 2-2. Josh Achipong has scored. Who's brought Chelsea back level in this game. Josh Achipong with the goal for Chelsea. And Chelsea are back level again in this FA Cup tie. Wonderful effort from Josh Achipong. He takes the deflection on the through to Achipong, so he may be onside. Makes him appeal for a foul by Josh Achipong. I just want to see this again from this angle. As he fouled his man there, Thompson. No, he just gets the better of him. He's just a bit stronger than him. Josh Achipong. And he fell into the roof of the net. On 82 minutes. And Wrexham, who went back in the lead, went in the lead for very long. And now Chelsea, they have the ascendancy to get in the ascendancy now to potentially go on to win this game in normal time. But we're going to hold fire from naming the player of the match. But I think when I do name the player of the match, it's going to be on the Wrexham side. Wrexham, for me, have been the much better side today. And there is Achipong who's scored that second goal for Chelsea. Alright, Alejandro Garnacho. Let us end the penalty area. Crossing deep. Aguirre's in there, the back post. The Okonkwo is there. And Okonkwo will play on. Well, the referee has just stopped the player Peter Banks because of an head injury to Malguru. And Malguru is off of the pitch. He's not interfering with the game. He's off of the pitch. Here. So I don't understand why the referee has stopped the player. And this is not a foul. If they are trying to give a penalty, that is no penalty for me. You just puts together the ball and takes it on the referee. I think he's going to give the drop ball back to Wrexham. Here. Mulgrew is off of the pitch now. Receiving some treatment by the Chelsea medical staff. Okonkwo will have the ball back in his hands and he rolls it out to the left, to his right hand side. Wrexham then play back across to the left. And he's the second goal scorer, Doyle, who will look to come forward here for Wrexham. Good ball over the top, and Thomason's in behind. Thomason! Oh, what a save! Headed back down, and just wide of the target. Winged as he was with the header. Brilliant play. George Thomason in behind, forces a wonderful save from Rob Sanchez. He comes back out and Wingdas heads it down with just the wrong side of the post. If you hit it straight back down, they'd have probably scored. We try to hit it back where it comes from. Which makes it back. He just sends it the other way. They probably pull the ball in the back of the net and give Wrexham a 3-2 lead. As we come towards the final 5 minutes or so of this game, as Liam Delap is being replaced here by Chelsea. And coming on is João Pedro. And Malo Gusto is on as well. Gusto is on for Marguyo, I believe. Just waiting to get confirmation. Of those 2 subs for Chelsea in this game today. Malo Gusto is on. So to João Pedro. Marguyo on the field, he is. So not quite sure who went tough there for Chelsea. I know João Pedro is on, so too is Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto is going to the right back position, but the one playing on that side is still on there. Is it Kiefer Moore? Kiefer Moore shot across the goal and wide. Just trying to work out which players he was who come on for who went up there for Chelsea a few minutes ago. He's not come up on our screens. I believe Josh Pong is still out there, is he? Or has he gone off? Confirmation now is Delap and Pong off for Pedro and Gusto, or the confirmation of the changes. Just popped up on our monitors there. Just couldn't quite see the numbers from our vantage point. So the Wrexham fans in behind us and around us jumping up and down. So back, because we could be taking Chelsea to extra time. Thank you very much, Nicky. That is correct. I was trying to work out which. I thought it was Delab, but I just couldn't work out the other one, Nick. And you are correct that it is Gusto for Pong, the scorer of Chelsea's second goal this evening. It is 2-2 between Wrexham and Chelsea in the FA Cup today, as the ball will come forward here this evening. And now here's Kiefer Moore, and he's done brilliantly as the big number 19 for Wrexham to win the ball back. And Wrexham are back in possession. I mean, this is pointing to go forward. Instead, they go centrally. Here they come again, Chelsea. Back in numbers who watch Wrexham's attack. As Doyle, who scorer of the second Wrexham goal, sends in for looking for Lewis O'Brien. In this game tonight. And it's Wrexham 2, Chelsea 2, coming up towards 88 minutes on the clock. And very soon I'll be thinking whether to give a replay match now or later. We'll have to wait and see. So shot comes in, off of the crossbar from Pedro Neto. Garnacho, shot in, just wide from Alejandro Garnacho in the end. Decent effort there. And Chelsea and Pedro Neto striking the woodwork. And so unlucky as the ball came back from on the edge of the penalty area. Liam was senior watching on with his coaching staff, trying to bark out some instructions, trying to think of what the instructions he can give his side as Okonkwo sends this long downfield. He's headed away there by the shield. There is O'Brien who flicks it on, looking for Kiefer Moore. Dobson now with possession, and he sends this ball over the top. He's now Malo Gusto. He goes out of play. And remains Wrexham 2, Chelsea 2. Gusto takes the short to the lap to Pedro Neto. Here comes Wrexham. Dobson forward for more. Broadhead. Nathan Broadhead. He can't get a striker goal to one touch too many there, Nathan Broadhead. Clearwood almost wins it back for Wrexham. Wrexham do win it back illegally, according to the referee. And the local trainer is wanting a cardia for the Wrexham man. Josh Windass, I think he was who found him. Now Pedro's there. The referee takes out a yellow card. Or it might be Doyle actually who gets booked here. No, I think it's George Dobson who's going to get booked here. But now down, the referee was pointed to his ear saying from VAR, we're going into stoppage time now. We're just going a yellow card for Dobson is being shown. And we're just looking at this challenge again. Now we were unlucky there, but this one here, let's have a look at this one. He didn't get the ball. And I don't think he touches the man either. But I think he gets a booking here for the lunge. Maybe just clipped him on that angle. What about this angle? Let's see if he just catch him. The knees collide. They are it. And VAR have told Peter Banks to go and check this, and Wrexham could end up being down to 10 men here, with Dobson potentially getting sent off. Here we're into 6 additional minutes at the end of this second half. Just checking here the possible red card here, and I think it's because of how high it is. The chance, but we pulls out and they collide with the knees. There, Peter Banks is now walking back over, checked VAR. Dobson is being called over to the referee. Peter Banks says, red continues well play. The referee has wiped away the yellow card, and George Dobson is seen red in stoppage time, and Wrexham are down to 10 men. Red card for Dobson for the challenge. That's been made on Alejandro Garnacho. And Wrexham are down to 10 men. And for me, I think that's a bit harsh. We did go in. We didn't make contact. The contact was made by the knee, by Garnacho on knee to knee. But I can see why the way he lunged in, we didn't catch him with the lunge. It was a knee-to-knee challenge with Wrexham, with Dobson being sent off. Having to hang on with 10 men to get this game to extra time. Here's Pedro Neto, could potentially winning now for help Chelsea winning now. Neto in towards the penalty area. Neto again. Masuga wide. Gusto down the line to Neto, back to Gusto again. Gusto in towards Cucurella. Back in towards Gusto, but little from Pedro can't get there. And the Conquo can. And the Conquo was about to release it. It would have been blocked up by Morguiu. So Wrexham just wanted a booking there for the Conquo. But I think the referees allowed it to. It's going to be longer because it was about to clear and it would have been blocked off. We've almost played 4 of the 6 minutes added on, and Wrexham still holding on. Here is Neto, infield to Santos. Now Sugo, how wide it goes to Badashiel. Now Garnacho on the left hand side of the penalty area. Skips inside the penalty area, crossing towards Guerrero, put behind for a goal kick to Wrexham. And Wrexham If they bow out tonight, they'll be going out with their heads held high because they have been fantastic tonight. And we may be, just maybe, having to hold on to this game a bit longer and go into extra time due to the game ending in 2-2. Because if it is a draw, remember, there will be extra time in this game. Flicked on there by Kiefer Moore, who was on in a red shirt, trying to run off behind him. It remains Wrexham 2, Chelsea 2 as Marco Correa charges forward. Can we see, or will we see, a last minute winner here for Chelsea to knock out Wrexham? And a valiant effort it has been from Wrexham. There's Moore threaded back. Broadhead sends it wide to Josh Windass. Windass sends the ball forward. Too much on that. As he bounces through to Rob Sanchez, he tried to ping it across towards Kiefer Moore in the other direction. All conviction on that. Marco Correa is now or never for Chelsea in normal time, or we will have extra time. This could be the last chance of the game. Yao Pedro out wide to Pedro Neto. Ball back in, it's cleared away. Kiefer Moore is there, heads it down. Wrexham trying to battle for the ball. It comes now to Pedro Neto, crossed in, is blocked, cleared away. Out for a throw into Chelsea. It's now or never for Chelsea. Gusto takes it quickly. Neto back to Gusto again. There's 2 balls on the field. Ball crossed in, headed away. Pedro Neto just clears it away. Kiefer Moore is there. Kiefer Moore holds up the play well. Ball in field. And now O'Brien for Wrexham to Windass. Plays it through. Nathan Broadhead inside the penalty area. Surely he can't win it, can he? What? First round ball, nothing given. And surely was there. Who the handball appears was against. It was by the fans behind that goal, but here's Thomason. Not up yet. For the extra time to the red card. Windass. Moore. Clearworth. Saved by Sanchez. Balled out. And Chelsea could come forward now. It's Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho charging forward down that far side. Wonderful ball through. Can he get there in return pass? He can't. Brilliant play from Wrexham to win a goal kick and potentially see this game into extra time. Wonderful game of football this. Clearworth's effort last minute. Saved by Sanchez. And if that got in the roof, and the racecourse would have come off. We're almost at the end of 90 minutes now. This goal kick will probably be it. Kiefer Moore goes down. Still we go on. Almost in towards 2 minutes over the 6 added on. Marco Correa is now or never for Chelsea. Or we could be heading for extra time. Wrexham are charging forward. They need to get forward quickly here, Wrexham. Clearworth is fouled as he notices a referee. Chelsea trying to get forward. João Pedro. Forward for Garnacho. Alejandro Garnacho in towards the penalty area. Throws in the ball. Clear the back post. And number 14, Georgie Thompson, is out of play for a threat. Neto takes it quickly to Gusto. One chance, that's chance saloon. Wrexham get the ball back. And can they break and score? Not with a ball like that, they can't. Chelsea can though, potentially. Here is the Sugo. Good ball into João Pedro. Falling towards the penalty area. Wrexham trying to bring it to it, and there it is, it's all over. Almost 3 minutes over the normal 6 minutes added on. And we will be heading to extra time. The full-time whistle has gone and extra time will be happening. And it's on this commentary channel tonight, this season, since we've shown these graphics. This is the first time we've gone to extra time in a game. And we've got our graphics up on the screen. Full time after 90 minutes is Wrexham 2, Chelsea 2. But let's just take a quick look and a recap of the FA Cup scores so far, shall we please? Before I take a quick break to rest my voice, we'll just have a look at the FA Cup scores so far. Just need to update the FA Cup scores. Nick so says Wrexham 1-1 when it's 2-2 and going into extra time. There it is. So half-time score, the full-time score in Wrexham against Chelsea is 2-2. We've gone to extra time in our FA Cup clash here on the commentary hub. Wolves 1, Liverpool 3 from Friday night. This lunchtime was Mansfield 1, Arsenal 2 there as well. And as in this game, 2-2 between Wrexham and Chelsea. We're going to take a quick break, a quick 30-second break. When we return, we'll be back for the extra time period to start. Don't go anywhere, you're listening to the commentary hub. Welcome back to the commentary of Wrexham against Chelsea. We're into it, gone to extra time in this FA Cup clash, and it was after goals from Smith and Doyle for Wrexham and a Conquer action point for Chelsea. Dobson sent off in stoppage time, and we're now into extra time to be played. Wrexham are about to get this first period of extra time off and underway very soon. Will there be any changes before the start of extra time, I wonder? Just waiting to see that. Yes, and there is a 1 minute off for Wrexham. And coming on is Barnett in this game here now. At the start of extra time for Wrexham, the only change to the two sides will have finished the 90 minutes. And the extra time period is now underway. The first half of extra time is underway. And we will have 30 minutes, 50 minutes each way. A total of 30 minutes of extra time. And if we're still level then, we'll have those kicks from the spot, also known as penalties, to decide who makes it through to the quarterfinals. A reminder, the winners of this tie were ball number 7 in the quarterfinal draw, which takes place on Monday evening. Is Alejandro Garnacho, who cuts in field. The team's on your screen there as we watch this first period of extra time. get underway. And just a shot just goes wide for Chelsea there from Mark Gurriel. And it remained, and we've played almost 50 seconds, we almost played a minute of extra time in this game as we watch this game unfold. Will we go to penalty kicks, or will it be a 2-2 draw at the end of the match? I wonder. We'll have to wait and see if Chelsea try to come forward and get an early goal in this game in extra time to make sure they will go through. And I will keep you bang up to date with what is happening in this match. Will we see a winner in extra time, or will we see us go to penalties? I wonder. Do let us know your thoughts as well, as we are currently 2-2 in the first period of extra time. Bringing you this game between Chelsea with Wrexham in the FA Cup. Wrexham will look to cause a number of problems as before we finish, we'll let you know the latest score in the game between Newcastle and Manchester City. That kicks off in around about 5 minutes' time for that one at St James's Park this evening in the FA Cup. As a shot comes in from Chelsea, deflected from his own man and wide. Sugo was with the effort from the edge of the penalty area on the right hand side. It remains 2-2 in this FA Cup clash, and we'll, as I say, keep you across the later game in the FA Cup as well, as we have got more FA Cup action tonight, more FA Cup action this weekend, also to bring you with one game on Monday night to bring you this evening as we watch this game unfold this evening. It remains 2-2 as Chelsea to start moving forward. Those teams are on your screen, as you can see. Those are the teams for the rest of this game before we go to potentially penalties should it happen. Is it going to be a ball for Chelsea on this left hand side? Taking a deflection, but that deflection is kind for Arthur Okonkwo. Who like him forward down onto it and claim it. Some people's terms are there that say he threw down and put his cap on it to make a comfortable save in the end. But Wrexham won the ball out of play, under no real pressure, as we watch this game unfold this evening. Will we see a winner in extra time, or will we have to go the distance, including penalties? As Pedro sends a cross in, there's Pedro Neto touchdown. Pedro Ganacho back across score, clearly shot blocked and just saved on the line. Mark Gurriel was in there with an effort, saved on the line by Okonkwo, who made a really good stop on the line. So now Mark Ganacho delivered it back in, and he claimed it on the second attempt as he bounced around initially. He's had a play for a throw into Chelsea on this near side as Wrexham just watch on here as Chelsea look to go back as Marco Greggs couldn't go over the halfway line to take the throw in. So he went backwards instead to the shield and found tossing. Who found Asudo can come forward now for Chelsea. Asudo drops it back there well now. Here's Santos. Marco Correa can send this ball forward. Here's Garnacho on his left hand side. Back to Correa inside the territory. The back's line push over with his right boot. He won't. Santos across to Sugo to the right hand side of the penalty area. Here is Yao Pedro. Back to Sugo with a crossing. And Garnacho slams in the back. Runs off, celebrating. Did he go in the net? They celebrated. It's a third goal for Chelsea. And Alejandro Garnacho has got it on 96 minutes. And Garnacho runs across and sits in front of the Wrexham fans. And Chelsea have turned this game on its head. It's 3-2. Chelsea lead now. And Alejandro Garnacho has scored yet. I thought he come off the post and went out. And this will tell us. Initially, ball in. He's onside. Then he comes in. Goes into it and back out again. That's what confused me. Chelsea have scored. It is 3-2 to the Premier League side now. And it's Alejandro Garnacho in the 96th minute. Of this game. And it's out of play for a throw-in to Wrexham. Wrexham with Kiefer Moore crossing. Can't get there. Kiefer Moore can't. Almost trying to get in there for Wrexham as they look to come forward and cause a few problems. It was Ryan Bennett in there. In this game. And we'll very soon we'll give you our player of the match. They've already sorted it. They've already sent it over to my producer during the break between the matches. Between ending 90 minutes and half an extra time starting. You may see on the board it says 90 plus 6 next to Garnacho's name. It should just say 96 minutes due to the minutes starting again from 91 onwards. In extra time, no plus on there because extra time is a different thing altogether from injury time. I may just add. So we'll just do a technical itch there, which will hopefully be able to resolve for you. As Chelsea look to pull the ball into the penalty area to get a fourth goal and really seal their place in the quarter-final draw this weekend. Wrexham 2, Chelsea 3. Here's the scoreline. And I can tell you the goal scorers for Wrexham is Smith and Doyle, like Dobson's sent off in the 93rd minute. For Chelsea is Okonkwo on 40 through an own goal. Achimpong and Garnacho, as Chelsea will make a substitution here. Coming off is number 7 Pedro Neto to be replaced by number 55 Jesse Derry, the 18-year-old who comes on for Chelsea in the FA Cup. And I think this is the first time he has made a senior appearance from what I can gather when I was doing my research into this Chelsea team. And first senior appearance, where's number 55 for watching along with our pictures? Son of Sean, the former Leeds United man, who also does media work as well. And remains 3-2 to Chelsea as Wrexham. George Forrest is Barnett. Barnett charges down the left side. Just Kiefer Moore. He flicks it on, looking for Broadhead. Can't find him. He wasn't too there quickly, Broadhead. Wrexham win the ball back, but illegally according to the referee. And the man who's down here. And there's a man gone down. He's Derry who's down. The man who's just come on. And he's getting a yellow card here, the referee. The yellow card is coming out for Brother Thomason. Chelsea players are wanting the red. Thomason saying he never touched him. The referee is booking him. I think VAR will check this challenge here. And the captain there is having a word. And let me just look at this again. It's not a bad challenge. It's not as bad as he's making out there, Jesse Derry. He needs to get up. That's not worthy of him going down like that, and players surrounding George Thomason there. For me, that is a joke, if I'm being honest. And he's out of play for a throw into Wrexham. And when players surround other players and the referee, there's always going to be one decision of a card. And Chelsea players weren't happy when Dobson went in and only got a yellow card. And someone was asking for VAR. And VAR going involved, and Dobson was sent off. Keep them all there for Wrexham, can't bring it forward. So tuning into us for the first time today, thank you very much for doing so. The game will start to get underway between Wrexham and Manchester City. Still goalless there, as that game has only been playing about 2 minutes, unless we've had a goal in that one. We'll let you know in a moment or two's time once we can get a check of the other scores at the corner. As the cross comes in, he breaks away towards Alejandro Garnacho on the back post. He keeps the ball in here for Chelsea. Barney trying to close him down. Bennett trying to close him down, should I say. I almost called him Benny then, Barnett. Just on that far side now with Derry. Drops it back. Then they will try and come forward with possession. Gusto was over there. So he's back on this near side for Marco Pereira's. Santos on halfway, and he looks to come forward. Into Garnacho, go back to Santos, the cross, the back into Shield. Since the substitutions, Santos has dropped into the back three. Tossing gets it out wide now. As Chelsea looks to come forward. Here's João Pedro, good bit of movement. He breaks here well in for Chelsea. For Santos. Santos gets it forward for João Pedro. Almost an E1-2 between him and Malo Gusto. Broadhead just keeps all the possession. Good work here from Wrexham, and they've given a good account of themselves and shown the Championship side to they can hold their own against this league opposition and what they could do against a team like Chelsea. They were unlucky in pre-season, I believe, as well, when they only just lost to Chelsea in pre-season. Wrexham can't come forward. And now, here comes Chelsea in possession. And Rasugo across there to Badiashile, back to Rasugo again. By Santos this time. João Pedro back to Tosin, who finds Badiashile, and Chelsea just are playing key ball here as we come towards the final 30 seconds of this, into the final 30 seconds of this game. In the first period of extra time, the Wrexham trail by 3-2 against Chelsea. If you're only just joining us, where have you been for the first 105 minutes almost as we watch this game unfold? Here is Tosin to find Asugo. Winter first off of injury time at the end of the first period of extra time, and we've got an additional 3 minutes of stoppage time in this game. And it remains 3-2 to Chelsea. I think in the minimum of how many goals Chelsea have scored in first half of extra time. So Chelsea have scored, and it's still been 2-2. I think it would have been 2 minutes. But here we go, we've got 3 as Now Pedro through the centre circle towards Marco Correa. And Marco Correa cuts in the field. A wonderful interception from Clearworth, who clears the ball away. Correa's still down inside the penalty area. And it remains 3-2 to Chelsea in the FA Cup. Wrexham 2, Chelsea 3. If you're just joining us this afternoon, Russ Vernon getting through the action into evening time now. This kicked off at 5:45, and we're now at 8:05 in the UK. And Gladiators should have been on BBC One right about now. So if you're looking for Gladiators, if you're watching BBC and looking for the Gladiators programme, stay tuned. We'll probably follow the coverage of this football game we have got here today. We won't be showing you that here on the commentary hub, unless if you're watching on the terrestrial TV in the UK. Not sure what programme's supposed to be on after your chat games in the FA Cup as we watch this game. Arthur the Concord just lining up the wall. Thomason and Moore where he wants the wall to go. There's a free kick for Chelsea. Alejandro Garnacho sending over. It's on the edge of the penalty area. Just to the left of the D. Garnacho will line up the strike here. Santos is there too. They'll leave it for Garnacho to strike. And the Concord tips it over. For a corner, will it? Yes, the Concord does get down to it and tips it over for a corner. We've almost played next second of the 3 added on, so we've got around about 30 seconds left until the first period of extra time is over, and then we'll be getting ready to bring you the second half coverage of extra time and this game to the conclusion. Alejandro Garnacho delivers the ball into the penalty area, cleared away by Kiefer Moore, back to Garnacho. Garnacho will do the ball in. He's bouncing around inside the penalty area. Wrexham can just get the ball clear, and they can break as well. Wonderful run from Josh Windass. And Wrexham are coming forward. Kiefer Moore joins the attack now. Can't get it through to Broadhead. Takes the deflection out for throwing with a half-time whistle. And extra time has blown, and he's now 3-3. No, it is 3-2 Chelsea, and we're at half-time in extra time, should I say. Almost just made a mistake there. Said it was 3-3. It is not. It is 3-2 Chelsea in this FA Cup. Yeah, that is correct there, Nicholas. What you've just said to me there. And we're just watching this sort of this is going, he's done really, really well. He is ball out to Pedro net. He is ball in, which to Garnacho to score. He looked like from that first angle when he actually scored there, Garnacho, that he didn't go in. He looked like it did the post and come back out of the way he went. That's why I was a bit confused at first, but it's 3-2 Chelsea. It's half time in extra time. We will be getting back underway very, very soon for the second period of extra time. We're just getting a bit of fluids on board, and the last 15 minutes of tactical announcement from both managers. One of there, with this, we're seeing having a chat to his players. So too, Phil Parkinson as Wrexham get ready to go back onto the field of play for the second half of extra time. Can they find an equaliser to get it to penalty kicks in the FA Cup? Will we have penalties this evening, or will we go to extra, or will we see this game end in extra time? Is Wrexham about to make another change now before the extra time period second half gets underway? We just wait to see who's coming on. Can't really, no, it is going to be number 3 coming on for Wrexham, Brunt, and he is taking the place of Doyle. So Callum Doyle is off and Brunt is on for the extra time second half period. We're just about to get this second half of extra time back underway any second now. It'll be just to get us off underway in the second half of extra time, and João Pedro drops it all the way back to Rob Sanchez, and Sanchez will send this long downfield. Lewis Brunt is the first name of the player who's just come on there. We're into the final 15 minutes of the match. Will we see another goal to take it to extra time, or will we see another goal for this game to be won? Well, I'll let you know about Lena on that as we watch this game unfold. Here they come again as Wrexham look to power on the pressure at the start of the second half of extra time, and Wrexham have held their own in most parts of this game. About to get them to extra time as Jesse Derry goes down again, the 18-year-old. They were seen happy with the antics of Phil Parkinson, who was having a word with the fourth official, and Liam was seeing his time to go and sit back down. I don't think that's your job to tell him that, Liam. You wanted to step in the mark, but he's every right to go and speak to the manager and ask him a question. Just because you didn't like him asking the question, because he was positioned against your team, doesn't mean you can tell him to go and sit back down, does it? 3-2 to Chelsea, leading against Wrexham in the FA Cup. We will see. Wonder if we'll see another goal in this game. Liam Rosini has gone and sat back down in the FA Cup clash. There is no goals in the other FA Cup game so far. Between Newcastle and Manchester City, 12 minutes gone in that game, still goalless. We'll keep you updated with any goals in that game before we finish this programme this evening. We'll let you know if there's any goals in that one, and we'll this evening in the FA Cup. Here they will come forward here now as they come wonderful ball from Chelsea to find Garnacho. Back it goes to Correa. Here is Santos now. Good ball into Asugo. He can take a touch there well. Wonderful bit of play. Good ball forward. Brilliant play this as it gets it forward here now. Can they get the ball in towards the penalty area? How are we Derry? He will look to deliver the cross. Will he? No. Takes a couple of touches, two more, and drops it back to Asugo again. Now it goes to Tox, and then this is good play from Chelsea into Badashil. Badashil will look to come forward. We'll give you the play of the match shortly. I've already given it to my producer. Hopefully he'll be ready to go. Hopefully he's ready to go when I announce if there's a cross comes in. He breaks it for Gusto into the penalty area. Gusto still going Malo Gusto. Saved by Okonkwo there well. And we're about to give you the player of the match right now, in fact. And the player of the match, sponsored by Football Live, goes to number 27 of Wrexham, Lewis O'Brien. His stats numbers are not there at the moment. We'll get those on for you in a second or two. But Lewis O'Brien is your player of the match, sponsored by Football Live. And we have picked him due to his performance in midfield today. Looked really, really good. Did Lewis O'Brien, and his ball performed really, really well. So Lewis O'Brien is a player of the match. No goals for Lewis O'Brien. No assists, but he has won that midfield, played well in that midfield today. If you just watch this again, as Wrexham won a free kick on the edge of the box for Callum Kiefer Moore. The referee tried to play advantage, but there was no advantage there, so he let it go. And it is Wrexham 2, Chelsea 3 in the FA Cup. There's the three generations again. And the crowd there, which is always good to see. I mentioned earlier the lad, his father and his father's father, the three generations watching this game and hoping and praying that Wrexham can get a third goal in this game and take Chelsea to penalties, or maybe even go on to win it in stoppage time, in normal time, where the shot goes over the top of the crossbar from Windass. For me, I think he probably should have left that for Broadhead to take. It was more favourable for a Broadhead strike rather than a Windass strike that from that position. Although I do know that Windass has scored goals from that sort of position before. We have played 110 minutes in the FA Cup, and it remains Wrexham 2, Chelsea 3, if you're only just joining us today. It was a fantastic... Wrexham were in the lead. Not once, but twice in this match. Chelsea have only led since the 96th minute in this FA Cup clash. Wrexham took the lead on 18 for Conquo through his own net, and he didn't move on to his own net after a clearance off of the line. As Wrexham make another substitution here. And there was the stats there for Lewis O'Brien, our player of the match, we've just seen on the screen there. As Davis Kelly-Dunn comes on for Max Cleworth as a defender goes off for Wrexham, and another striker comes on, number 7, Davis Kelly-Dunn, the former Barnsley man. And this is the second time this season I've commentated on him. Now he's come on, here's Kiefer Moore. Good ball back up to Broadhead. Broadhead tries to take on his man. It's goes down for a throw-in to Wrexham. They take it quickly. Broadhead again. What can he do this time? Back he goes to number 14, Thompson. In towards the penalty for O'Brien, towards O'Brien now. Down the line he goes Thompson. He just keeps the ball in. Sends the ball up to the back post. Kiefer Moore's there, just wide. He plays for a corner, and the corner's being given. Good effort from Kiefer Moore at the back post. But through deflection on the way. As a corner is being given, and those Wrexham fans thought he was in. I thought he was in for a moment as well. But it just goes the wrong side of the post. Kiefer Moore so unlucky. He came off the head of came off the back of Thompson and just wide of the post. Wrexham with a chance to score. Kiefer Moore flicks on, and it's in! Lewis Blunt has scored at the back post. It's 3-3. Lewis Blunt has got the goal, the substitute. Flicked on by Kiefer Moore, and Lewis Blunt has made it 3-3. Wow. 113th minute. Blunt has scored. In the 114th minute, Lewis Blunt has scored to make it 3-3. And we could be heading for penalties. But we'll check this as well. Oh, I think he's just onside, you know. Tossing's boot plays him on. From my opinion. And Blunt is there. VAR checking this goal for Wrexham. Is the contact there from Kiefer Moore, the checking? With a foot boot there of tossing for me. Keeps him on. As that flipped on Tossing's boot is in line with Blunt there for me. And Blunt is in line with that boot of Tossing. And then this Sanchez there. So he's onside for me. VAR is still checking the goal. VAR is checking this goal. And I will tell you what, we're still checking it here on VAR. And in VAR is Paul Howard and Sean Massey-Ellis. And I'm looking, zooming in on the boot of Brunt here in the back post. For me, this is onside. And they've given him offside. Oh, plus it looked like he was onside to me, but the goal has been disallowed. It's back to 3-2. Chelsea have got a reprieve. Chelsea have got a reprieve there. And there has been a goal in the FA Cup tie at 8 o'clock. Newcastle United are leading against Manchester City by a goal to 0 in the 8 o'clock kickoff in FA Cup. And the goal scorer for Newcastle is Harvey Barnes. Wrexham thought they'd got an equaliser in the 114th minute. He's been disallowed for offside. But Wrexham so close to the equaliser. They can't this time, can they know the flag is up for offside again against Wrexham. Davis Keeley are done this time for offside, and they're just showing it again here news. For me, Tossing's boot kept him onside. For me, Tossing kept him onside there. I think the officials had a nightmare. The officials have had a total nightmare there for me. That Wrexham goal should have stood. Headed forward this time by Brunt. He was the one who had that goal disallowed. And he's going to give a free kick away there. No, says the referee. He sends it forward. Davis Keeley done is chasing it down. Tossing gets it back to his goalkeeper Sanchez. Davis Keeley done still chasing him down. And he bounced into the centre circle, and Wrexham will look to come forward. Final 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go in this game. Will we see a winner for Chelsea, or will we see an equaliser for Wrexham? Because Chelsea player gone down, and it was Garnacho who slipped there to the ground. And the Wrexham fans loved that one. They were cheering. They were cheering when that goal, when he slipped there, when Garnacho slipped. And now, it is still 1-0 for Harvey Barnes for Newcastle. And we are watching Chelsea here, hanging on by the skin of their teeth against Wrexham, in a chance to get through in the FA Cup. Broadhead. Last chance now for Wrexham potentially to get this ball forward, unless the stoppage time end of 120 minutes. We get it out wide to the number 14 here, Thompson. He gets the ball forward. Here's O'Brien, our player of the match. Good ball in. Once more. Broadhead. Through. Just it's the back of Kiefer Moore, which allows Cooper to get there. Wrexham coming forward with a foul against Kiefer Moore, and Marco Correa being given. And then Benashil and Garnacho pushing him away. And then Benashil pushes his head to Kiefer Moore there. And Kiefer Moore, if he's not careful, could be in trouble here. And so too could Benashil. Marco Correa goes down. And I didn't see anything wrong in that challenge there. And then Benashil and now Pedro comes up and pushes him in the chest. And normally if you raise your hands and push the opponent in the chest, you do normally get, or you're supposed to get, a red card. A yellow card there for Kiefer Moore for this challenge. Let's have a look at this. He goes above the shot and Kukurea just clears it to win. For me, that's what I found. I think it's for this reaction anyway. He just leans over and has a go at him. And then where's Garnacho? And then Garnacho leans his head into Kiefer Moore. So for Benershield should be booked as well, in my opinion. But surprise, the Chelsea player gets away with it scot-free. And only Kiefer Moore gets booked there. Garnacho did get booked as well for his part, but Benershield should get booked as well for me, in my opinion. But Benershield got away with one there. Callum Doyle, he scored Wrexham's second goal to make it 2-1 to Wrexham at the time. He's now substituting off the bench. There's Brunt, who thought he got an equaliser in the 114th minute. Only for it to be disallowed for offside. His boot was offside. Flicked on. But Chelsea man, Tussin gets it away. Kukurea helps it clear. Wrexham are coming forward. Here's O'Brien, our player of the match. Gets the ball out wide. No ball back in. Comes back. O'Brien! Oh! Just wide from Lewis O'Brien. I thought that was in. Just wide from Lewis O'Brien. Let me speak. Oh my. We're into 5 minutes of stoppage time as well. We've already had a minute of that. Lewis O'Brien just killed him round the post. So unlucky. I thought he was in, and so did Phil Parkinson, the Wrexham box. Wow, so close. Looks to still lead by a goal to nil against Manchester City. What a game this has been here at the Racecourse ground. I'm glad I picked this one to do rather. It was a good game of field mill earlier where Mansfield pushed off the way and just lost 2-1 in 90 minutes. I'm glad I picked this one. We've had we'll have by the end of it 125 plus all the stoppages, maybe even towards 200 minutes of football with all the stoppages in both halves, including extra time as well. I would say if we had to add every minute that was played up. Wrexham could have a chance now if they pump this ball into the box to gain an equaliser. Thompson delivers it in, cleared away, breaks off a broad head and behind for a goal kick for Chelsea. And that's what Wrexham didn't want there. It was so close there. Wrexham have pushed Chelsea all the way, and Chelsea will have known they have been in a big game and a battle of a game as well. 2 minutes of stoppage time left to play before the winner, before Chelsea go through to be ball number 7 in the draw on Monday evening. The ball is headed back to his own goalkeeper. Well then, Wrexham with O'Brien, our player of the match, will have to get the ball forward. Brunt gets it out wide, kept in play well. Did he know the ball just gone out of play? Too much on the ball from O'Brien, from Brunt there to find Thompson. Find Thomason, should I say. Chelsea were going to take their time now. Would say to go with the throwing. And where's Gusto going with it? Gusto's going towards the off. We'll have to say the throwing. Wrexham get the ball back. And then they lose it again. And try and win the ball back again. But Chelsea have played through them. And João Pedro's away. He's got Garnacho to his left hand side. He's edge of the penalty area. So we're going, João Pedro, 4-2 Chelsea. And that will seal Chelsea's place into the passage of the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Chelsea had to win it. With Chelsea all through. In the end, in the 120 plus 5, João Pedro seals Chelsea's place in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. And you really got to say, hard lines to Wrexham. They have pushed and pushed Chelsea all the way. But this will not be enough for them. And Nicholas is 120 plus 5 for that fourth Chelsea goal, mate. You've got 105 down there. Just notice that on the screen, my friend. As João Pedro finishes this game off, well, Wrexham can hold their head high. They can lead. He's now updated. Thank you very much, Nick. Wrexham fans clapping their team off as the full-time whistle goes. And Chelsea are ball number 7 in the quarter-final draw, which will take place on Monday evening. They put Wrexham all the way in the end. And after every time, Wrexham are out of the FA Cup by losing 4-2 to Chelsea. And you've got to say that the lower league sides in Wrexham and Mansfield will go through to round 5, pushed Arsenal and Chelsea respectively, Mansfield with Arsenal and Wrexham with Chelsea all the way, and Wrexham narrowly lose out in extra time against Chelsea. Just before we finish, we're going to bring you the results from today's matches in the FA Cup, and then we'll leave you from the FA Cup so far, including the latest score in the game between Newcastle and Manchester City. So let's give you the scores from the FA Cup then, shall we? 5th round. Friday night was Wolverhampton Wanderers 1, Liverpool 3, Mansfield Town 1, Arsenal 2, Wrexham 2, Chelsea 4, Newcastle 1, Manchester City 0 is the latest score there. The other 3 are results. Tomorrow, Sunday, we'll see Fulham take on Southampton, Port Vale take on Sunderland, and Leeds United take on Norwich City. Our next live offering is the Monday Night Football between West Ham United and Brentford. Join us then for FA Cup action. More FA Cup action here on the channel. More full-time score in this game here at the Racecourse ground. It is finished in the FA Cup this evening. Wrexham 2, Chelsea 4. Chelsea were pushed all the way and won it thanks to goals in extra time from Alejandro Garnacho and João Pedro after Smith and Doyle put Wrexham 2-1 up either side of the Conqueror's own goal. But Achapong turned the game to extra time, and then goals in extra time, as I mentioned, from Alejandro Garnacho and João Pedro seal the deal for Chelsea as they go through to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Thank you very much for listening. Join us on Monday for FA Cup action, or from myself and from the rest of the team here, from Nick and the rest of the team here with the comment job. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, it's goodbye from us. See you all on Monday evening. And the coverage of the West Ham versus Brentford game will also include the quarter-final draw. We will join Liverpool, Arsenal and Chelsea in the draw for the remainder of the games. See you on Monday for that, and we'll tell you all about that on Monday. All the team here. Goodbye for now.